Okay, welcome back. This is Carly Smith reviewing Creatavist. This is my second video. What I wanted to do is go over just a little bit more information about a project one might be creating using Creatavist. And then I wanted to show an example of a finished product and then give my review of Creatavist overall. So what I wanted to go over within a project is actually this menu bar up here that you may or may not be wondering about. Something that I just found really important for someone who is new at Creatavist. I didn't necessarily use all of these options, but one that was very important is this fourth option of visual. This allowed me to change the template that I was already using for my project. So these are the two default templates that Creatavist provides, and currently I'm using this first option, Thurber, but there is this second option. It looks quite similar. What I wanted to show you is that if you scroll down this page a little more, going past the cover, video, and image, this is where some really interesting options can help you just make simple tweaks to the design of the template. So right now I have it in to flip through pages in a paginate form. I could decide to use a scroll option for readers to scroll down all the information. I could change the navigation style instead of a top navigation bar to a left side drawer. So you could kind of click on that left side option and you'll be able to see a table of contents of the different chapters that are created for the project. The pop-up style is a really nice multimedia tool. If I included information that I linked within my content, like the VoiceThread website, it would pop up on the same screen. So I can decide to have a full screen overlay and just make it show over the entire screen when you click on it, or it would pop up on the side and be a slide down drawer. So I like that option. Right now my paragraphs are spaced between each other, or I can decide to just have the information indented instead of having spaces. Okay, so I'm going to save that and then now preview my project once again. Okay, so it's taking me to my third chapter, and now you can see that my paragraphs are indented. They aren't spaced out between each other. Still have my video. I'm going to go to the left side drawer. You can see the different chapters that are created for this project as well. I can click on this one that I moved to become my second chapter. Now I'm going to go over an example of a Creatavist story that's been published. This is titled The Writer's Prayer. It offers the option of a soundtrack. So if I clicked on that while I was reading, or while I'm reading, I could be listening to this soundtrack related to the story and kind of just like keep that music going, or I can decide to turn it off as well. A couple things I wanted to show you was the idea of the pop-ups, so you can see what information kind of has media connected to it. If I click on it, information will pop up on the side that I could quickly view and then continue on with my reading. Some of that information is just text-based, and other information includes both images and text information. Here's another example. Okay, so we have an image, and then we can scroll down and read this information to give more understanding of that. They've also included images for different chapters and some other audio besides the soundtrack, if I can just scroll down to that. So when you're reading, you could get to this audio and get more of an authentic experience. Okay, it's in Spanish, but it provides more of an authentic experience, I think. Okay, so this is just a really nice example to show you the different multimedia, how it's accessible within this option, this viewing option. You don't have to go to different pages to find out information. The links pop up on the side. You have audio, you have images, you have a soundtrack, you can add video. Just a lot of different tools to make the reading experience come alive. Okay, and this brings me to my overall review of Creatavist. I think the website is pretty straightforward and simple, which I think a lot of people kind of like that clean design, especially the design that the defaults provide. Even though it is simple and straightforward, I still felt it was a little bit difficult to get a handle on how to access different tools and how to use them most effectively for my project. You know, figuring out how to come to visual, this section in this menu for my project in order to change it from scrolling to pages to the left side navigation bar to pop-ups. I would have liked that more easily explained without necessarily having to go to the help tab to find out this information. So I'm a little bit on the fence of whether or not this really fits my style of building a web page or an ebook online. I kind of just like simpler tools that are visually that are viewable right away, and not that I have to click and find it in different places within the website or within my account. I also would have liked more than 2 free template options to choose from. Some that maybe were more dynamic or just set up in a different way instead of 2 that are very similar. So that's another thing that kind of puts me on the fence of whether or not I really want to use this option. But on the other side, on the positive side, since for this class we've worked with HTML and CSS, even though it was the first time for myself, this could be a good option for me or any of you to explore using HTML and CSS and seeing what type of design you could come up with for your own template to use for an ebook or web page option. So that is nice that it easily lets you kind of build your own template. And then the publishing option, if someone wants to publish in the end, you can publish to Kindle, Nook, iBooks, EPUB, an app. So it gives you various options to publish to. You're not just stuck in one box like iBooks. So I hope this information kind of gives you all good understanding of Creatavist and helps you decide whether or not this is a tool you'd like to use for this class or in the future to possibly publish your work online. Okay, aloha.